Hey people, I'm back again, and I just wanted to share with you all a prophetic dream. It was a very sad dream, but I will share it nevertheless. Again, I am the kind of dreamer that normally dreams that are far into the future. At any rate, this dream, there was a lot of chaos. It was the end of the world. For some reason, from what I can recall, as I play the dream in my mind, there were like telephone poles falling down, trees falling down, wind blowing, like crazy weather. People were running and screaming. So at some point, my sisters and I were running, and the problem was that none of us had our own transportation. Everybody was trying to get away on foot. They were trying to break into cars. They were trying to do whatever. And at some point, we saw this guy. He was a taxi driver, and my sisters got into the vehicle, and it was weird because it was a yellow cab driver. They got into the vehicle, and when they got into this vehicle, my one sister, who was going to pay for it, she was at the far end of the taxi. She moved all the way over, and then my other sister was in, and then I went to get into the taxi, and my the sister who was going to pay, she pushed me out of the taxi like, no, there's no room for you. So, and they shut the door and they drove off, and I started to cry, and I was walking down this long road, and it was, for some reason, I didn't have shoes on my feet, and I was crying because my feet were hurting so bad. So I had to walk. For some reason, they went this way, and I went this way. And I don't know why, but that was the road that I knew that I had to go down. And as I walked down that long road, I had to keep going. It was just like these, the decorative rocks that you see in different places. They were not even small like pebbles. They were kind of big rocks, and they were pointy. And I just had to walk on them and get where I was going. And I just cried. I just kept, weeping and crying the whole way. And somehow I knew where I was going, because when I looked up in the sky, God, it was like this opening in the sky, and He was watching me. So I didn't see His face or anything, but there was an opening, and it was following me the entire way. The opening never left. And when I finally got to my destination, it was a house. And I got to the house, and I went inside, and I immediately walked to the stairwell, and I began to walk up. I walked halfway up the stairs, and my mother was at the top of the stairs. And she said, "I'm sorry, Sean, your sisters didn't make it." And that was the end of the dream. So the reason the dream is so sad to me is not because my road was hard. The interpretation of the dream is that my sisters took the wrong road, and my mother was walking. My mother was physically standing. I had this dream before my mother ever died. I also had a dream that my mother died, and I was very sad because, before my mom died, I had a dream that she died, and I was very sad in the dream. And I just wanted her to come back because I wanted to say goodbye. And that's how it happened. I did get to spend time with her, a lot of time with her, the year before she died. But the following year she died, and I didn't have an opportunity. So when I knew that it was getting close to time for my mom to pass away, because the Father was letting me know before it happened. I just kept it to myself because, people who don't understand the things of the Most High, they will blame you for things happening. But He was just giving me peace and letting me know that it was near time. So I often have dreams, and they come to pass. I don't often have dreams that people die and they come to pass, but I do have quite a few dreams that are to do with the end times. And So my dreams are very, very real. When I was a child, the first dream that I ever had was about my mother and myself being separated. And I don't know, I just thought my mother was going to die. And I told my grandmother that I had a dream, and she didn't understand it. I said, I think my mom's going to die because I had this dream, and we were walking down the sidewalk, and then her hand, slipped away from mine. And then this big truck passed, but it was like I wasn't in the dream any longer. I'm watching she and I. And when the truck passed, I'm on the opposite side of the street. And I often dream dreams where I'm on one side of the street and someone's on the other side of the street, or they're walking far away from me. It means that we're not going to be together anymore. So that kind of thing. But I ended up being taken away from, and my mother also, her legs, I don't know, when the truck went by, I don't know, as a child, I thought the tractor hit her because she didn't have use of her legs. She was trying to get up off the ground and she couldn't get up. And I think that was to do a lot with her spiritual walk. When she got sick, she also had issues with being close to the Father. It should have been the very opposite, but it wasn't. She was trying. She struggled because she loved God, and she never gave up. She always, believed in God. She never stopped, and decided to go with some other religion. She didn't understand people who didn't believe. So she ended up being in a wheelchair, and ended up being sent away to my father's house because my sisters, the twins, it was a lot on my mother. She's in a wheelchair. My father and his wife, my stepmom, they're working and they're fine and they're able-bodied, but she's in a wheelchair. So I was sent away, and that's what it was, me being across the street from my mother. So again, I dream dreams all the time, and my dreams are very important. And as I am moved by the Father to share with you, I will. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. There's so much more to come. I am full with things to share. The 50 years that I have been on this earth have not been in vain, and it's all for you, and I'm just here to share it all. That is what I choose to do with my life from here on out, is to just share what the Father's giving me, especially prophecy, because it is important. And I just want to see people, I want to see people's souls saved. I want to see people filled with wisdom. I want to see people experience the relationship with the Father that I have had these 24 years, because I was suicidal and I did not want to live. And once I developed this relationship with the Father, I'm so much more stronger. I go through all kinds of things. My life is not perfect. There are so many ups and downs. But I feel like I can get through anything. I am unafraid of anything. I'm unafraid to start a new beginning. I'm unafraid to be left alone. These things used to be like a big deal to me. I couldn't do these things. And now I can do all things through Yeshua, who strengthens me, for it is He who gives me strength. So I'm unafraid to do anything now. So thank you all for watching. Please stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Please like. Because the more you like the video, the more other people who need to see it get to see it. And subscribing is free, so please do so. Thank you all. Be blessed.